I'm thinking, one bark, and that I would be immediately captured.
This is not war in the traditional sense. Fathers and sons together lined up and shot in cold blood.
It blew off the entire left wing.
Reports that a NATO plane has been down in Yugoslavia.
I'm like, crap, this isn't supposed to happen.
There's a brother in arms out there.
Out of the way!
He's in danger. He's in a bad place.
There was absolutely no doubt that the Serbs were actively engaged in trying to find him.
I thought, they got me.
Vega 3-1, do you copy? Vega 3-1, do you copy?
It was an enormous honor to be chosen as a stealth fighter pilot. It was considered a special duty, black world. I felt extremely comfortable in that environment. Absolutely loved it. I felt like this is where I belong. There were 8 of us that night. 8 F-117s, each going after separate targets in the northern half of Serbia. At that point in time, I was the only F-117 pilot participating in Allied force who had previous combat experience in the F-117.
Mr. Zelko?
So I flew 20 combat missions during Desert Storm. So I felt very, very capable, very confident.
Go ahead, gents. Open them up.
But when I looked at that target pack, I realized my job was to take out one of the most high-value, the most heavily defended targets in Belgrade. The most dangerous, the most high-threat F-117 strike mission that I had ever flown.
Good luck. Yes, sir.
The next day was my daughter Gina's birthday. It was going to be her 10th birthday. So looking forward to being able to call her. There's nothing that's going to prevent me from calling her and reaching her and connecting with her on her birthday.
Thank you.
We were expecting a quiet night because the F-117 stealth aircraft was a low-risk asset for us. It had never been shot down. It had a tremendous capability to go in and out of the target area with no risk. The first 3 days gave us great confidence. Everything went smoothly, and that's the way we like it. Night 4 started off just the same.
I was carrying 2 2,000-pound smart bombs. All the systems were good to go in the green. My route of flight was going to take me across the northern part of Serbia, and then south. And then I turn for my target run across Belgrade. As I'm about to enter enemy airspace, I stealthed up. Once you are stealthed up, you do not communicate. So if anything happened, there's a real good chance that nobody would know that it happened. I crossed into enemy territory. I was about to fly into the worst airspace for the entire mission. I'm getting closer and closer to the target. The weather was extremely challenging. I'm in and out of seeing the ground, not seeing the ground, seeing the ground, not seeing the ground. Suddenly, I could physically feel this anxiety flow through my body from head to toe. And it was this hyper anxiety and really terror. I dropped altitude a few thousand feet to get below this one deck of clouds. I can see the target. Time to go 10 seconds, 9. I'm holding the weapons release consent button. 8, 7. You can feel the weapon bay doors open. 3, 2, 1, 0. The bombs are in the air. They're on their way. And then suddenly, I see missiles. The first missile went right over the top of the aircraft. The second missile come at me at over 3 times the speed of sound. I could not outrun them. I could not outmaneuver them. I thought, they got me. It blew off the entire left wing. I lost 10,000 feet of altitude in a matter of seconds. I'm completely immobilized in the straps, pinned against the top of the inside of the canopy. I remember thinking, I need to start reaching for the ejection handles. And then total amnesia. I remember every moment, every fragment of my strike mission, the shoot down, except one. I have no memory of actually reaching the ejection handles and pulling them. I have no memory of the canopy blowing off. No memory whatsoever until I had no sense of up, down, right, left, sky, ground. I was in this state of temporal distortion where time slows down dramatically. What happens in a matter of seconds, real time, for me seemed like it was minutes. Thinking, why am I still in the seat? Why am I still in the seat? The ejection seat's a smart chair. It should be kicking me out. Why is this taking so long? If I didn't get out of this seat properly, it would kill me. Thoughts of my family are flooding through my mind. The thought of their sadness and suffering was terrifying. So I had to get out of this ejection seat. And I put my hand on this handle. If you think the seat's malfunctioned, you can pull that. But if you pull it prematurely, there's huge potential for me and the seat and the parachute to get all tangled together. I thought, I'll count to 5, and then I'm pulling it. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4 potato, bam. The ballistic charge blows the lap belt off. The ejection seat kicked me out, and then the seat tumbled away. I had this huge sense of relief. At the same time, I did have a very strong sense of the Serbians would spot me coming down, and that I would be immediately captured and interrogated. I had just attacked their capital city, and I was well aware that they would not be real happy with me. I absolutely expected to be tortured, probably brought to the point of near death.
Mayday, 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 Vegas 3-1. Mayday, 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 Vegas 3-1.
I was thinking, is anybody hearing these calls or not?
3-1 is going down.
I had a strong sense that nobody
Vegas 3-1.
knew this just happened, and that they would have no idea of my status. Just north of me was a small town or a village. Just south of me was another small village. I could hear cars, vehicular traffic, really close, not even a half-mile away. There was nothing that you could hide behind. And then I saw what appeared to be a shallow irrigation ditch.
McGonigal.
My Marine captain says, I think I've heard a Mayday call. I think we've lost an aircraft. And then he said, I think it was Vega 3-1. I'm like, wow, that's oh, crap then. We got one of our stealth assets that just got shot down.
I'll be right there. There's the stealth down.
This isn't supposed to happen. I was in a full sprint from my office all the way to the battle staff floor.
Out of the way!
There was absolutely no doubt that the Serbs were actively engaged in trying to find Dale.
What are we seeing?
All of our intel aircraft were picking up Serbian transmissions. And they were marshaling forces, they were getting local police involved. Anybody that could get out there and search, they were involved in that search. This was a valuable prize. If they could capture this guy, this is going to be a big deal. This is going to change the whole war.
I was motionless, silent, hugging the eastern edge of the irrigation ditch. And I saw 2 fires burning, which represented easily well over $100 million, which I just assumed that would sort of be the centroid area of Serbian search activity. And I just assumed that it would be a massive manhunt.
We didn't know exactly where he is on the ground, but we knew that time is limited and we got to get him up.
Keep me posted with any changes.
The only thing we could go off of was his last target. So we knew he was somewhere close to Belgrade.
I estimated that I was maybe 20 miles west of downtown Belgrade. But the worst thing that I could do would be to pass my location to survival forces and it'd be wrong. So I got out my GPS. Come on, satellites. You know, I remember even stirring it like this over the top of that farm field. Finally got 5 satellites up.
Oh, yes.
So I now had my precise location, and I just needed somebody to give it to.
What's the intel, sir?
We know Zelko's target was Belgrade. We think he came down around here.
That's deep in enemy territory, sir.
There is unquestionably an unwritten code that when a aircraft goes down, when a person's on the ground, we will do everything in our power to retrieve that individual. There's a brother in arms out there. He's in danger. He's in a bad place.
Okay, let's move out, guys.
We'll confirm a precise location when we get it.
All right.
That was our job. That is our mission. We literally deployed halfway around the world to go pick up aviators in peril.
All right, let's do this.
When we were notified as an F-117, there was surprise. There was definite surprise. The stealth has this almost legendary status, and it's not supposed to get shot down. And now we're going to go to the same place where that happened. All right, that could be interesting. This was the first time that I and many of the folks in our formation had launched on a mission where we knew people were going to be trying to shoot us down.
Belgrade had a very serious integrated air defense system. They can clearly see us on any radar, even an air traffic control radar. They can see the entire package. The surprise factor's gone.
Flying a helicopter, we tend to fly low and slow. So we're more susceptible to surface-to-air systems that are more capable against low, slow targets. And then there's just your basic soldier with a rifle or a rocket-propelled grenade launcher. It just sharpens the senses, it sharpens the focus, and it makes you hyper-aware of everything you do.
What do we got?
I looked at General Short, and I said, sir, we need to launch 6 A-10s.
Let's do it.
A-10 is a great aircraft because they're very comfortable in the low altitude environment. They've got a big machine gun. Their job was to set up 1 mile bubble around Zelko. No one is going to enter that bubble. It doesn't matter whether it's a farmer's tractor or an armed force searching for the survivor. They're going to do whatever they need to sterilize that bubble around the survivor.
Sandies are in the air, sir. Sandies are in the air.
Everything's on alert, cocked and ready to go.
They're stable, sir. They're just waiting for our command.
We're just waiting for Dale to make contact.
Mayday. Mayday.
I kept making Mayday calls and trying to raise somebody on the radio.
Mayday. Mayday. Vega 3-1.
But I wasn't getting any response. Suddenly, heavy rain is coming down right on top of me. No telling what the heavy rain could do to affect any of my survival and evasion equipment. But then I heard...
Vega 3-1, do you copy?
Hey, Vega 3-1, this is Sandy 3-0. Are you out there?
Sandy 3-0. This is Vega 3-1, copy.
Sir?
Yeah.
Sandy's speaking to Vega 3-1 right now.
And I'm like, oh, thank God he's talking to him.
It's a huge sense of relief. Just to be in contact with a friendly, to have this connection to home, to back home. At that moment, I felt really great. There's maybe even the tiniest little extra bit of hope now. Then suddenly I started to hear vehicular activity. It sounded like military trucks, and it seemed to be extremely close to me. I could actually hear dogs. I was just motionless and silent. I was imagining being captured and imagining being interrogated. I did not expect to be treated well.
We had a location to rendezvous with the A-10s so that we can then do our final preparations in flight and then press into Serbia for the pickup. At that point, we find out from the A-10s they were running out of fuel.
Gotta turn back. Sandy's are running low. Sir, the A-10s are running low on fuel.
Sir, the MH-60s are down to reserve.
That started the whole chain reaction. Hey, I'm out of gas. Everyone needed to go hit the tankers.
We had all the pieces in place. We had the training, we had the experience, we had the gear, we had everything we needed. It was frustrating. Time is ticking away.
All of a sudden, everything's falling apart. And then it gets worse.
This is CNN breaking
Sir?
news.
Yeah. Sir, you need to see this.
Interrupt our programming to bring you late-breaking news from Yugoslavia.
Serbian television broke into broadcasting a short time ago with pictures showing what was claimed to be the burning wreckage of a stealth 117A fighter.
When CNN comes on and the wreckage and all these guys jumping up and down, I thought, crap, we're definitely under the gun. You know, I feel this pain in my chest. It's like this slow thing, you know, you're being squeezed to death, you know. Every few minutes, it's another piece of stress being added to the mission.
Now, the authorities here in Belgrade say that the pilot, the air crew, have not been seen from the stealth, but they are searching for the crewman.
Didn't take long to realize, hey, Dale's still out there.
All right, let's just keep it going, everyone.
It was a timing mark, you know, because I know from here on out, every minute counts, every second counts once that thing's on TV.
They fueled us up. All 3 helicopters had 3.5 hours of endurance.
All right, let's do this.
Finally. I mean, that's the first word that popped into my head was finally.
Suddenly, I heard something approaching me. I very, very slowly raised my head and very, very slowly reached down to grab my survival knife. I just waited. The dog stopped about 15 yards south of me. And I thought, oh no, one bark out of this dog and they got me. That's it. I'm done.
Hey, buddy, come and have a look at this.
Sir, the Serbs are saying they've captured an American pilot.
I remember all these guys looking at us like, well, I guess it's over. It was a very tense moment for everyone. We're out of contact with Dale.
You hearing anything?
Negative, sir.
And we really don't know what's going on. So we're kind of we're in limbo right now.
I was motionless and I was soundless. I'm thinking, what if suddenly the radio squawked and somebody was trying to get a hold of me? What do I do? Do I stab it? Do I slit its throat? I'm thinking, okay, if I kill this dog, what if it ends up being a villager's dog? And then the villagers are the first ones who capture me, and they're gonna be really upset. And then, just as suddenly as it arrived, it went away. Suddenly, the radio squawked. It sounded very loud to me. Hey, Vega 3-1, Vega 3-1, this is Sandy, are you there?
Vega 3-1, copy.
Sir? Sir? They've got him back in the radio. Sandy's talking to Vega 3-1 right now.
It was a fairly intense situation. I mean, the Serbs put out something that they had captured an American pilot. So we needed to know whether it's really Dale.
Sandy's trying to get a hold of me. I respond.
Vega 3-1, copy.
And then they asked me something that really caught me off guard.
Vega 3-1, I understand the color of your motorcycle is black. Vega 3-1, I understand the color of your motorcycle is black. Do you copy?
And I thought, my motorcycle's not black. Then it occurred to me, oh, okay, I get what they're doing. They think that there's a really good chance that I'm compromised, that I'm under duress, that there's a gun to my head, and that they're being lured into an ambush. If I respond with, yeah, it's black, they'll know, okay, don't come in there. But if I respond with,
no, it's red,
they'll know he's good to go.
Copy that. Survivor's been authenticated.
That was all I needed to know.
Okay, we're good.
Let's get this thing going.
It was a massive relief.
We got him on comm.
They re-authenticated him, figured out he was okay, and then we were given the final push.
Right then, I saw an airborne vehicle with a spotlight on. And that really confused me. I said, you guys have a spotlight on. Thinking they're out of their minds. It's making them an instant target. Then suddenly I realized that was airborne Serbian search activity. And I can see that they were getting closer, which made me feel like, okay, maybe they know exactly where I am.
About 5 miles out or so, I asked Vega 3-1, speed of 810s, what is the threat in the immediate area?
Sandy, what is the threat in your area? Is it safe to go in? I repeat, is it safe to go in?
There was definitely a possibility that the Serbs were using Dale to try to lure in the rescue force so they could shoot us down.
Vega 3-1, do you copy?
I didn't answer him. I couldn't answer him.
Vega 3-1, is it safe to execute? Over.
I felt that level of responsibility to commit these guys into this very high threat area was overwhelming. Truly the hardest thing that I've ever had to do in my whole life was to make that decision and make that call.
Vega 3-1, is it safe to execute? Over.
Finally said, okay.
Yeah. Let's go for it.
Game on, boys!
This is the Super Bowl. Game's on the line. There's a no-kidding person out there that needs us.
All right, goggles down, goggles down.
We were pressing in right above the treetops, very low level, to about 100 feet above the ground. Suddenly, my right door scanner shouts out,
"Guys, guys! Guys, guys!"
I don't think at that point. I just react.
God, that was close.
I realized at that point, okay, maybe we just need to bring the altitude up a little bit.
hearing helicopter noise approaching from the west. There was this great sense of relief.
We can now start to hear him talk.
They're talking to him, sir.
We get the call, the helicopter package is talking directly to Dale. They're closing in.
Vega 3-1, activate your strobe. I repeat, activate your strobe.
I had one covert signaling device, one infrared strobe. It's a signal, which can only be seen with night vision devices. So I pushed the button, felt the click, click. Then I hear,
Vega 3-1, I'm not seeing your strobe. Repeat.
It was not working. It was broken. So my only covert signaling device didn't work.
We orbited for about 3 to 4 minutes. He was trying to talk us on his position. Suddenly, we could see military trucks on the road near his position. We're right over top of him. The enemy is right there as well. We need to make this happen. All through the night, the Serbs have an idea of where we are. Now they know. They can hear us.
There's no turning back now. We're not fooling anybody. This isn't any tactical deception going on. We're just going to force our way in. But the rescue package doesn't have visual on Dale. He can hear everything, but there's no visual contact.
It was frustrating. We knew we were close. We knew we were very close.
And I hear, Vega 3-1, Vega 3-1. If we're this close, just go overt.
Vega 3-1, if you copy, go overt.
I repeat, go overt.
This is the most risky, the most dangerous point of the entire rescue. I'm exposed now. If I get out one of my signal flares, this is going to compromise my position immediately.
Vega 3-1, put out your flare. I repeat, put out your flare.
He blinded us. When you have night vision goggles with a basically the equivalent of a road flare, it's going to blind you. The H-60 dropped out of the formation and started his approach.
Nothing was happening. Seconds were going by. Anything can happen. And there's no guarantee that friendlies are going to grab me before the Serbians can grab me. Suddenly I see these two shapes. I had no sense of who it was, Serbians or friendlies. He comes right up to me and he said, "How you feeling, sir?" And I said, "Great, let's get out of here."
They got it! They got it! Got it! Let's get out of here!
They got him. Sir, they got him!
Got him!
It was like, you know, Times Square, New Year's Eve. I mean, things were flying and people were high-fiving each other. I mean, I just couldn't believe we'd finally pulled this thing off. It was a hell of a moment that I don't think I'll ever forget.
The next day, I was able to call my daughter, Gina. And wish her a happy birthday.
Hi, Daddy. It's my birthday.
It meant everything to me when I heard Gina's voice. She sounded very cheerful, very happy, very normal. A fellow warfighter.